Imagine holding a fossil in your hands, a creature that lived hundreds of millions of years ago, perfectly preserved. Most fossils are broken fragments, crushed by time, leaving scientists with only vague outlines and endless guesswork. But nature occasionally performs miracles, sealing ancient life in near-perfect condition across unimaginable spans of time. These rare specimens are like time machines, opening doors to vanished worlds that will never return again. The older they are, the more astonishing they become, as if you are witnessing life frozen at a single moment. Our journey begins 521 million years ago, in the warm, shallow seas of the early Cambrian period. Here thrived the trilobites, among the most diverse arthropods ever to inhabit the ancient Earth in great numbers. Over 22,000 species have been discovered so far, outnumbering even the total number of known insect species. Some were fierce predators hunting smaller creatures, while others quietly filtered plankton through their delicate mouthparts. They left their footprints across every habitat, from shallow coastlines to the deep and mysterious ocean floors. In Morocco, scientists unearthed a stunning group of trilobite fossils preserved in almost unbelievable perfection. They looked as if they had died only yesterday, not endured 500 million relentless years of geological pressure. Behind this miraculous preservation lay an ancient catastrophe, powerful enough to freeze an entire moment in deep time. 500 million years ago, a long dormant volcano on the Moroccan coast suddenly erupted with devastating violence. Scalding lava and scorching volcanic gases surged into the warm, shallow sea like a roaring fire dragon unleashed. The seawater boiled violently under extreme temperatures, and enormous clouds of steam blanketed the entire sea area above. Beneath the surface, countless trilobites were going about their ordinary daily lives, completely unaware of approaching doom. Some were filtering plankton with their mouthparts. Others were gently waving appendages to transport tiny bits of food. Small symbiotic organisms clung to their bodies, sharing a peaceful bond that had existed for countless quiet generations. The disaster struck so fast that they had no time to react before being instantly sealed by superheated volcanic ash. Time itself seemed to pause at that exact moment, trapping every tiny creature in its final living posture forever. Unlike most trilobite fossils, crushed flat by geological forces, these specimens retained vivid three-dimensional body structures entirely. The intricate patterns on their exoskeletons remained as sharp and clear as the day these creatures were still alive. Even faint traces of their delicate, soft body tissues survived hundreds of millions of years without being fully erased. Volcanic mud that once poured into their bodies solidified, perfectly casting the complete shape of their digestive organs inside. For the first time, humans could observe the complete digestive system of a creature from 500 million years ago. The soft lip-like structures still showed a warm texture, as though they could return to life at any moment. Their slit-shaped mouthparts remained remarkably sharp, looking as if they could snap open to feed in another second. Even the tiny symbiotic organisms attached to them were frozen alongside their hosts, preserved together across deep time. These became the most direct physical evidence of symbiotic relationships between organisms during the ancient Cambrian period. On the other side of Earth, in New York, equally miraculous trilobite fossils from the late Ordovician period were found. These triatherous specimens were preserved by ancient mudslides in iron-rich soil that created ideal fossilization conditions perfectly. 2 complete individuals survived intact, preserving gills, antennae, eggs, digestive organs, and even their walking foot postures. Any single one of these details being preserved would already be extraordinary. Having all of them together is truly miraculous. If volcanic eruptions and mudslides created those miracles, then ancient droughts gave rise to a very different kind of wonder. Meet Lucerosaurus, a mammal-like reptile that once thrived across the supercontinent Pangaea during the late Permian period. This resilient creature had extraordinary vitality, sometimes making up over 95% of all local animal life. It was one of the rare survivors of the catastrophic Permian mass extinction, the deadliest extinction event in Earth's history. In 2022, researchers in South Africa, Karoo Basin discovered a Lastrosaurus fossil, preserved in unbelievably perfect condition. It looked more intact than a recently deceased animal, nothing like a creature that endured 250 million years. The ancient Karoo was far more sweltering and arid than today, with relentless droughts baking the land under brutal heat. This particular Lestrosaurus died during a severe drought and was quickly buried, beginning a natural mummification process below ground. Like Egyptian mummification, the natural dehydration completely preserved its body tissues across an incredible span of deep time. Through this fossil, scientists made a stunning discovery. Lestrosaurus was neither a true reptile nor a true mammal. Its skin was not covered in reptilian scales, but thick hide resembling that of modern elephants or hippopotamuses. Instead, 7 more well-preserved specimens were found nearby, one of which had also undergone the same remarkable natural mummification process. Researchers believe that relentless extreme drought in the late Permian ultimately drove this once thriving species toward its final decline. Sometimes, even a single perfectly preserved body part can unlock discoveries just as revolutionary as any complete specimen ever found. 150 million years ago, Britain was a warm tropical archipelago, surrounded by shallow seas teeming with life. Those ancient waters nurtured countless marine creatures, including the ocean's most fearsome apex predator, the mighty pliosaur. In 2022, researchers discovered an enormous jawbone hanging from a cliff face, immediately recognizing it as a pliosaur fossil. Its preservation was so perfect that scientists declared it the highest quality pliosaur jawbone fossil ever discovered worldwide. The jawbone measured 2 meters long, suggesting the creature exceeded 10 meters in total length and weighed several tons. Its teeth were sharp as blades, with serrated edges and surface grooves designed for tearing prey apart with devastating efficiency. Scientists estimate its bite force may have been twice that of a modern great white shark, an absolutely terrifying power. CT scans revealed nerve and blood vessel traces in the jawbone, meaning it could detect pressure changes in surrounding water. Even in murky, turbid waters, this predator could accurately track and pursue its prey using incredibly sensitive sensory abilities. Beyond individual fossil miracles, Earth holds special geological formations, where virtually all fossils are preserved in extraordinary quality. Scientists call these rare formations lagerstätte, places where ancient oxygen-free environments dramatically slowed biological decomposition down entirely. The most famous is the Burgess Shale in British Columbia, Canada, formed an astonishing 508 million years ago. It contains countless fossils of bizarre Cambrian creatures, like an alien museum, frozen permanently beneath layers of ancient stone. Here scientists found the first complete anomalocaris, along with arthropods and worm-like creatures that defy all modern imagination. Even delicate soft tissues, like muscles, skin, mouthparts, and fleshy head protrusions were preserved with stunning clarity and detail. Food residues inside ancient bodies were also found here, revealing what these vanished creatures actually ate millions of years ago. Besides Lagerstätte, there is another remarkable natural container for preserving ancient life: amber, fossilized tree resin from millennia past. Amber has captured astonishing specimens: bees still carrying pollen, insects frozen mid-attack, and complete tiny ancient organisms perfectly sealed. But the most shocking amber discovery came in 2015, containing actual dinosaur remains found for the very first time. An ore collector picked it up from a gravel pile in a remote mine, its surface covered with thick dust. The amber was completely opaque, with only a vague dark shape visible inside, appearing utterly ordinary and unremarkable. He nearly polished it into an ornament for sale, never suspecting it held a secret spanning 100 million years. Fortunately, before polishing, he invited paleontologists for a quick inspection, and that single decision changed everything completely forever. High-precision scanning revealed the truth. Inside was not a plant, but a complete section of dinosaur tail, with feathers, bones, muscles, skin, and delicate feathers were all perfectly sealed, as if this tiny dinosaur had only slept one night. This Cretaceous coelurosaur had unfused tailbones, directly proving it was a non-flying dinosaur, clearly different from modern birds. Its feathers had visible barbs, but lacked the central shaft found in modern bird feathers, revealing crucial evolutionary evidence. The upper feathers were confirmed pure white, their fluffy texture still faintly visible through the golden ancient amber. Liquid traces, sealed inside the amber, contained high levels of iron, residual evidence of actual dinosaur blood from ancient times. A heartbeat mark from 100 million years ago, the closest humanity has ever come to touching a living dinosaur. If Locust, the tea and amber are already extraordinary, then permafrost offers perhaps the most astonishing preservation method of all time. In 2010, a young woolly mammoth named Yucca was discovered in Siberian permafrost, perfectly preserved for 39,000 years. Its entire body remained almost complete, with hair still visible, looking as if it had only been sleeping for centuries. Brain scans revealed a structure similar to modern elephants, though Yucca's brain had mysteriously lost 55% of its volume. Scientists extracted liquid blood from its body, the first time anyone found liquid blood from an Ice Age animal. But an even more incredible discovery awaited near the world's largest permafrost crater at Botagay in remote Siberia. In 2018, hunters found a complete ancient horse specimen, 42,000 years old, surpassing even Yucca in preservation quality. Skin, hair, eyes, teeth, and a complete digestive system were perfectly intact, a true miracle from the deep Ice Age. Researchers extracted the oldest known liquid animal blood, and even liquid urine, both setting unprecedented records in paleontological history. From its cells, scientists successfully achieved tissue cultivation, a major milestone toward potentially reviving this long extinct. This was the Lena horse, a survival champion of Siberian permafrost that endured winters reaching -70 degrees Celsius relentlessly. Compact and muscular, these small but powerful horses survived thousands of frozen winters through sheer resilience and extraordinary endurance alone. From trilobites, sealed by volcanic eruptions, to ancient horses locked in permafrost, every perfect fossil is nature's extraordinary gift. They are silent time machines, carrying us across millions of years to witness the beauty and resilience of ancient life. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. See you next time.